that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
It's fun to do bad things, but I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friends.
Then you see a pack of Hell's Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars. Because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined a street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out back.
Got put out in 2006. Back in 2007, wound up going into Chattin. 2011. Came out of there, I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about the shooting. The 9 pagans are facing life in prison, and we're going to break down their charges. We got some new information, and remember, you heard it here first. I'm the one with the breaking news, and to all you other MC channels, if you need a little inside information, hit me up, man. I'm the one that has it. If you guys don't have the connections, you know, like you guys said to me, yeah, if you guys are slacking and you need some information, just hit me up. I'd be more than glad to help a fellow show out. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother's sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys for taking the time to watch this show. Thank you. We are growing at a fast pace, and I couldn't be happier. So this is a wild case. There's a lot of people. I mean, they're all facing life in prison. But so one of them has bonded out. The rest are in prison. Well, they're in jail. There's 8 people are still in jail. And we got some new information, like when their court date is and a couple of small details that they didn't put out yet. So we're going to talk about that today. I'm trying to get this video to go live on Facebook, but I'm having a problem. It's keeping it private for some reason. I don't know how to change it. I've been in there trying to handle business, but it is what it is. So let me give some shout outs before we get started. Danielle, thank you for getting a membership, exclusive membership from Chattin with Staxx. Make sure you guys check out the memberships. There's a lot of content. If you guys join, you're able to see interviews first. Check out Patreon. That's where a lot of exclusive content is that you cannot see on YouTube. And it's just stuff I cannot play on YouTube. You know how they censor things. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. A lot of great stuff. Hit that like button. Check out the membership. Go to Patreon. We're on a bunch of different platforms. We are on every platform available, basically. Spotify. Will, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Asher, what's good? Scrap Iron, how are you? Will, Orlando, what's good? We got Punch in the building. Shout out to Punch. Business partner right there. We're getting a lot of things accomplished. Byron, how are you? Mountain Woman, the John and Sadie Show. Good morning. Oh, it's morning over there still, right? Hey, Paco, Ken, how are you? Mark, what's good? We got 26 people in the house. Hit that like button. Thank you guys all for joining me. So we've been bringing you exclusive content on this situation as it became available. We are the number one news content out here on YouTube. If you want to know the breaking stories, just come here. You'll hear it first before anybody else. I'm on top of things. I've noticed that a couple other channels tried to break the story. They were like 3 hours late. Hey. So this is a picture from that day when this situation happened. I got the full breakdown of all their charges and how much time they're facing. We're going to talk about it today. And this is a crazy situation because Wawa is a gas station, right? And it's probably the worst place ever to do something like this. I mean, there's tons of cameras. This whole situation is caught on tape. And everybody's face is really clear. They have top quality footage. And everything is caught on video. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to beat these charges when everything is caught on video. Now, I got respect for all the motorcycle clubs out there, regardless of the bullshit that some people maybe get into. They're still not a gang. Other content creators will call them a street gang. Oh, you're doing street gang shit. You must be a street gang. No. That means certain people decided to do something, but I guarantee you the club as a whole does not condone this type of shit. Because it's not a good look. I mean, look how many different situations that are going on that looks terrible for these clubs, especially in the public eye. They don't want to have a reputation like this. I mean, a guy got shot in the face while he's pumping air in his tire. It doesn't get any worse than that. An innocent bystander. And then a woman gets shot in her torso as she's at the door of the Wawa. So, like, I mean, I guarantee you they don't condone any of this shit. A lot of people have a lot of different opinions. Like they say, oh, this is the Blue Waves' fault. They're picking people that are undesirables that should not be involved. And I don't know. I mean, where does the blame lie for this type of stuff? I mean, when the bottom line is violence solves nothing. They're not going to pay your legal bills. You're not going to get a trophy. This is not like a contest. You know what I'm saying? So my advice is stay away from the violence. It's not a good look for anybody involved. And people are going to lose respect. They're going to, you know, the media already tries to scare people with these clubs. They try to put fear into people about them. And they're the best people out there. These people that are in these clubs are really good people. They have jobs. They go to work every day. They have families. And just because they wear a cut, the media and the police want to demonize them. But situations like this are not a good look for the image as a whole. You know what I'm saying? But you can't blame the whole club for certain people that get involved with some stuff. You know? It's the bottom line. I mean, it gets pretty complex, though. Because this is a crazy situation. So, this is one of the articles. 9 pagan motorcycle gang members, it says, charged for a shooting that injured innocent bystanders outside of Wawa. 9 members of the Pagans Outlaw Motorcycle Gang have been charged for shooting earlier this month outside of Wawa that left 6 people injured, including 2 innocent bystanders. Now, they were close in proximity, right? They were right there at the gas pumps. I mean, there could have been a lot of people dead. And some of the people that were the aggressors apparently were shot. And how come only one side gets arrested? I'm curious about that. How come only one side gets arrested? Just like down in Florida, only one side got arrested. It was weird. Hey, Ghost Eagle Guardian, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Deedon, how are you? Thanks for joining me today, Deedon. James, what's good? Thank you for joining me, James. My bad. Sorry, when I'm reading things, I tend to not look at the chat. So these are the individuals that have been charged. 9 members. So the shooting occurred on October 17th at a store on Main Street in West Norriton. You notice that they're not talking about the shooting that happened after on the same day over in Bridgeport. How come they're not talking about that situation? It's kind of weird, right? Because a shooting happened right after this situation, right down the street. So Montgomery District Attorney's Office on Friday identified the suspects as Justin Knoll, Eric Rosenberger, 46, Justin Knowles, 34, Luke Higgins, 29, Joel Martinez, 36, Jason Lawless, Philly against Hughes, he's 45, Manuel Santos, 34, George Seawick, 51, Eric Dixon, 33, George Hipro Jr., 50 years old, according to investigators, members of the unknown bikers motorcycle gang, it says here, stopped at the Wawa to gas up their bikes at about 8:09 that night. 2 minutes later, Pagans were seen on surveillance video riding by, and then they pulled into the Wawa. Some of the Pagans surrounded the unknown bikers while others blocked their escape routes. Detectives said there was a physical altercation in which the Pagans were allegedly trying to remove their rivals' cuts or gang colors. And people were saying, I thought these guys did get along. It depends on where you are in the country. Really does. With all of these clubs. But apparently, there's some drama over here in this area. A video shows a Pagan member taking a shooting platform stance, the DA said. So that's terrible. They got a video of him taking a shooting stance. A clear video with a gun in his hand. I mean, it's a pretty cut and dry case, right? Just 1 minute after the Pagans arrived, detectives said gunfire erupted. The shooting involved rival motorcycle gangs, injuring 6 outside of Wawa. The innocent bystander shot, including a man, was shot in the face while putting air in his vehicle's tires, and a woman was shot in her torso that was standing by the doors of the Wawa. Now, right there, them two details of the case is terrible. It's bad. That's bad. When innocent bystanders are being shot that are just at the store, that don't have nothing to do with the situation, that's pretty bad. So, one member of the unknown biker gang, it says here, was shot in the left forearm and the thigh. So he was shot twice. The other 3 people were Pagan members that were shot, but they're not saying if the unknown bikers shot them or if they were shot by their own people. Hernandez Martinez, who was shot in the chest, Seawick was shot in the ankle, and Knoll was shot in the foot. All 9 suspects were charged with 12 felony counts of aggravated assault, 2 felony counts of riot, 14 counts of simple assault, 46 counts of reckless endangering another person. They were arraigned by the judge, who set the bail at $500,000 cash bonds. Santos, Seawick, Dixon, Higgins, Martinez, Hipro, Lawless, Rosenberger. Their bail is $500,000. Bail for Knoll was set at $50,000 unsecured due to ongoing medical treatment. So I believe that Knoll is the only person that was released from custody, because the other people, They could not make bond, it says. So they do have a court date, and that court date is November 10th. Their next court date is November 10th. Yeah. I got a video to show you guys. So we're going to talk about how much time they are looking at in prison. They're facing life, but we're going to look at how much time they're facing for each count, right? Now, this is federal. This is not a state case. This is 100% the feds. So you just got to remember that. All right. So here's some new information that maybe people aren't aware of, right? Montgomery District Attorney and West Norriton Police Chief have announced the arrest of 9 people, pagan motorcycle gang related to October 17, 2025 shooting at the Wawa on Main Street in West Norriton. And then you guys know the names. On Friday, October 17th, 2025, at approximately 9:12, West Norriton Township Police were dispatched to the Wawa on Main Street for a reported shooting. The 911 caller said store manager had locked the store down due to the shooting and had customers hiding in a back area. Detectives of the West Norriton Police Township Department and the Montgomery County Detectives Bureau responded to the Wawa and initiated a joint investigation into apparent gang-related shooting, which resulted in 6 people being shot, including 2 innocent bystanders. Bystanders that were shot were an adult male who was shot in the face while putting air in his vehicle's tires, and an adult female was shot on the right side of her torso as she was standing by the doors of the Wawa. One member of the unknown bikers was shot in his left forearm and his thigh. Using surveillance videos, multiple eyewitness reports, and other investigative means, the investigation found that 2 members of the unknown biker gang were wearing their cuts or gang colors. They arrived at the Wawa at around 9:08. They were adjacent gas pumps filling their motorcycles at approximately 9:10. 2 minutes later, when 9 members of the Pagans were seen on video surveillance traveling in Unison West on Ridge Pike, when they all drove past the first entrance of the Wawa parking lot and entered through the second entrance. Some of the Pagans surrounded the opposing gang members, while other Pagans positioned themselves to block escape routes to the unknown bikers. Almost immediately, a physical altercation ensued, and it appears that the Pagans were trying to remove the rival gang members' cuts. The video shows a pagan gang member tactically moving through the area and taking a shooting platform stance. 1 minute after the Pagans arrived, gunfire erupted when the Pagans left the scene, traveling on Main Street towards Norristown. Detectives recovered 14 fired cartridge casings on the scene. Information about the shooting was broadcast to area police. Norriton police spotted 4 motorcycles and 5 pagan gang members traveling eastbound on Main Street. After pulling them over, Norristown police found that 3 gang members had been shot. Rosenberger, Higgins, Seawick was shot in the ankle. Hernandez Martinez was shot in the chest, and Noel was shot in the foot. The injured defendants were transported to the area hospital for treatment. And that's this picture right here. One of these. This is one of the people that was injured. They were loaded onto the stretchers. I have the video of that too. And you possibly will be able to see that in the next video I show you guys. Hold it, and I'll get to the comments in a minute. Let me finish reading this. There's a lot of new information in this case with this. Involved in the investigation were Montgomery County Detectives Bureau Violent Crime Unit, Montgomery County District Attorney and Gun Violence Reduction Task Force, West Norriton Police, Upper Marion Police, Norristown Police, Bridgeport Borough Police, Pennsylvania State Police, Pennsylvania Office of the Attorney General's Gun Violence Task Force. The defendants were arrested on October 30th, 2025. They were each charged 12 counts of aggravated assault, 2 counts of rioting, 14 counts of simple assault, 46 counts of recklessly endangering another person. They were arraigned, and the judge, Andrea Duffy, who set the bail at $500,000 cash for Santos, Seawick, Dixon, Higgins, Hernandez, Martinez, Hipro, Lawless, and Rosenberger. Bail for Noel was set at $50,000 unsecured due to ongoing medical treatment. The bail review hearing was held on October 30th, the same day, before court common pleas by Judge Stephen O'Neill, who declined to change the bail amounts. 8 of the defendants were unable to make bail and were remanded to the Montgomery County Correctional Facility. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. November 10th, 2025, before Judge Mark Alfrio. The case will be prosecuted by the Assistant District Attorney, Libby Helmler, and Bradley Deckel. Criminal charges and any discussion, therefore, are merely allegations, and all the defendants are innocent until proven guilty. So there's some little new information there about this situation. They some of them bonded out. Well, one of them bonded out. The rest of them are sitting in jail. Hey, Don McGuire. We got Don McGuire, absolute legend in the house. Shout out to Don McGuire. Billy, what's going on? Appreciate you taking the time to watch this show. They're going crazy out there. And just to think, I mean, summer's over and now all this is happening. It's crazy. It is. Listen, I hope they can get the violence under control, because violence doesn't solve anything. It doesn't. Nobody walks away. They don't. You're not getting your bills aren't going to get paid, right? Nobody's going to take care of your family. They're not going to pay your legal fees. I mean, you're kind of on your own on this. I don't think it's worth going to prison for life because someone else is wearing a different cut than you. Everyone can live and coexist. Because I'm sure if the person that had the weapon that night wanted people to be unalive, they probably could have, you know? What's good, James? I would like to see peace and have these guys just coexist. You know what I'm saying? James said, what about me, man? I respect all the clubs, no matter the cut, but I am not scared to call out pansies who are making the clubs look bad. It's terrible, man. Because a lot of these people are good people, you know, and it's just, it puts a bad spotlight on the rest of them who are not law-abiding citizens, because, I mean, club members really just want to be left alone, right? They don't want to deal with bullshit. They don't want to conform to society's norms. Yeah, you don't shoot civilians. You damn sure don't shoot a woman bystander popping off rounds at a gas station. Not a great idea. Especially at a gas station that has so many damn cameras. It's insane. Like where do you think that's a good idea? They have probably 100 cameras there. Next time you go to the gas station, look up. There's cameras on every single corner at the gas station. Not a good idea. Not a good place to do that. I mean, this situation could have been settled, right? If they maybe scheduled a thing where they can go duke it out and just scrap it out. Everyone would walk away. No one would be shot. You wouldn't be going to prison, and everyone would live to fight another day. It's just sad because a lot of people, it'll have a ripple effect. I mean, look at all these people who are arrested. Their families are going to be affected by this, you know? It is terrible. How come people want to message me while I'm doing a show? I'm trying to catch up with all these damn comments. Shout out to Don McGuire. We got to do another show soon, Don. Go check out the interview I did with Don McGuire. He's got a great story. What's the story with all these kids being old and then one guy is 20s maybe? What, these guys are all older? What, there's maybe one guy, the guy in the middle, right? Luke Higgins? He's probably the only young dude there. Listen, just times are changing. They're changing. It's definitely not like it used to be. If you can't aim, you definitely should not be in public trying to be a marksman, period. Especially at a place that has 100 cameras everywhere. And there was another shooting that happened that day. You guys remember, right? It happened in Bridgeport. Like right after this one happened. But they're not talking about that. Why is that? Why aren't they talking about the second incident that happened? I find that a little weird, don't you? Gyro, what's going on? Or Gyro, right? Gyro. We got a video we're gonna watch. And it starts with the old situation when the whole thing first started until now. So, but we get the exclusive content. We're gonna break down all these charges and how long in prison they're facing. I believe it's life, basically life. The only person that maybe could walk away from this situation is that young kid. Maybe he'll be like 80 when he gets out, right? But they are facing quite a long time in prison. This is not looking good for any of them. Was this the South Park chapter? These dudes are going to prison for years. Yeah, they are. They're going to prison for a long time. This shit has lost its way and watched way too many movies. So that's what you get. You get a life sentence for trying to remove someone's cut because you didn't like that they were wearing a different cut than you. But it still doesn't make the club a gang. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it makes these guys acting like they were in one, but it still doesn't make the club a gang. I don't care what the media says. They try to spin shit. They're clearly not a gang. The best thing to do is work things out, you know? Work things out. The violence is not the key. People could have died in this instant, right? Innocent people could have died. Fucking dude got shot in the face. Woman gets shot in her stomach or chest or wherever it was, her torso. That's like, stuff like that can't happen. Because you think the cops are going to play with these people when stuff like that is happening? Hell no, they're not. They're going to make it hard for these people to even exist if stuff like this keeps happening. So they need to think of an alternative to the violence. Hey, Dominic, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Paula, how are you? Tomorrow's my birthday. Happy birthday, Paula. I know I'm not supposed to ask, but how old are you going to be? 25? 3 days older than dirt. Billy the Wop says, happy birthday. Craig, what's going on, Craig? Thank you for joining me today. So we're giving you guys some new information on this case. 4 days older than me. Oh, it's your birthday coming up too, Will? Happy birthday. My birthday's not till next year, but I could wait. Shit. Can you believe I'm 46 years old? Can you believe that? I'll be 50 in like 3.5 years. You believe that shit? I don't get it. Where'd the time go? I spent way too much time fucking around doing stupid shit. So now I gotta make up for lost time, you know, with work. That's why I work so hard. I gotta make up for lost time. Let's see where we at. Damn, we got a lot of comments. Better off handling shit like a man and go to the desert cornfield and handle business. That's what I'm saying. Just go scrap it out, man. Everyone walks away. No one goes to prison. Your family's not affected. I mean, I'm sure every single one of these guys got a family. And now they're all going to be affected because they're not there to, like, provide for their families. And that is the sad part. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think these people are bad people. I think they just got caught up in the moment, maybe. But remember, people are innocent until proven guilty. Plenty of road out there for everyone. 100%, Travis. Definitely enough road for everyone. I mean, look at Massachusetts, right? Massachusetts is so small. Rhode Island. You know how many clubs are in Rhode Island and Massachusetts? And they're coexisting? You don't hear about all these murders every day. And that's a small area. People are coexisting because it's better than the alternative. Back before all this surveillance, guys used to be pretty much free, right? They would be free to do this type of shit and get away with it, but not now. CMC, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. I mean, there needs to be some type of mediation if something's getting heated, and I mean, there's got to be some way to try to cool things down, you know? Violence is definitely not the key. Thank you for joining me, man. New generation of club riders just ain't the old club riders. Definitely changing. Guys used to take blankets on their bikes, go camp out somewhere when they felt tired. Can't do that shit now. Shit. Someone sees a biker pulled over with a blanket on the ground, they're gonna come rob you or something. You're going to jail. Ain't the 70s no more for sure. Definitely not. Damn, tonight is the night, huh? Don't forget, clocks fall back tonight. Damn. Shout out to my good friend Don McGuire. Great guy. Maybe they don't know any other way. I mean, it sounds like a good life, right? Have a blanket on your bike, you're just riding around. By the way, chick Staxx interviewed who her family from the Pagans seemed like a solid woman, all around, raised right. Forget her name. That's Carrie. Shout out to Carrie. Her father was Hogman. I mean, just because these guys got caught up in a situation doesn't mean they're bad people. You know what I'm saying? See how loyal the club is. No help on the way. I mean, that's a common occurrence. I hear that people get in trouble and they don't have money for lawyers and commissary. They're sitting in prison by themselves with nothing, and they put their freedom at risk for what? Respect pass through pins. Look up shooting of White Oak. Definitely a club guy was shot by 3 shooters at the red light. It's gone away. It's been suppressed in the media. His funeral is today, if you didn't know. Yeah, it pretty much is getting suppressed by the media. But his funeral is today. He was the sergeant of arms for the War Dogs Motorcycle Club. And they said 3 to 4 men with masks jumped out of a truck in broad daylight on a Sunday with people around and killed him. Cold blood. For what? For what? Nobody wins. Whoever did it's gonna get caught. You know how it is these days. You can't do shit and get away with it. There's too many cameras around. And what's the reason it takes someone's life? Because they wear a different cut? Listen, I used to be a part of a gang, right? And I used to do stupid shit on behalf of the gang. And it was wrong. When I look at it now, all the shit that I used to do is stupid. You're going around shooting at people for what? Nobody wins when violence is involved. Yeah, I did a bunch of shows on that situation, man, and we'll be covering that again. His funeral is tomorrow. Rest in peace to him. I believe his name was Kenneth Heyman, I think. He was in War Dogs. Yeah, Kenneth Heyman, 33 years old, was part of the War Dogs. He was the sergeant of arms when he was killed. His funeral is tomorrow. Bad decision. Happy birthday to Paula. Yeah, it seems like recently, Craig, they've been in the news quite a bit. Total domination. They do whatever needed. It wasn't like that before. Back in the day, they used to be a tight-knit group of top run guys, right? It was like the best of the best. They were an elite group of guys. And now that they turned around and the numbers are swelling so much that they take all types of people and things are just getting out of control, I think. Why to say shit? See something? I was born to. I'm gonna do another show with Carrie. Carrie's got a great story. I believe Hogman's birthday just passed. Happy birthday in heaven to Hogman. $41 to make it to 80. Nothing. Yeah, I ain't gonna make it to 80, man. I say 50 years old is good for me. But damn, 3.5 years, a little too close for me. Caller ID went downhill from there. Working together and living life. Staxx says, you notice that the twins are all... Yeah, I did. I seen they commented on a couple of my posts about them. They commented talking a bunch of reckless shit. I mean, they could have went somewhere, handled business, you know. Winner walks or winner takes the other guy's cut or something. Or there's other ways to handle business. There's no reason to do this type of shit at a gas station by all places. I mean, it's blanketed with cameras. This puts a microscope on that certain club, right? It's just a bad look all the way around. They let in all the trash and the cast off so they can grow. Motorcycle gives some folks a false sense of toughness. Never understood that. Hell, I have 3, and I ain't no difference. I've always have been. It is weird, right? I'd rather see you sacked out than on the road at 3 a.m. Like, what's his name says? Patchitis. Unknown bikers who wear paper garbage bags over their heads. It is terrible. Terrible where it's coming to. Hopefully they can get it together. And but these guys, man, they're going to face a long time in prison. We're going to talk about their charges right after this. Let's get into this.
Were injured after a shooting involving 2 rival motorcycle gangs at a Montgomery County Wawa, according to police. The shooting happened just before 9:15 last night at the Wawa on West Main Street in West Norriton Township. Investigators say all 6 of those victims were taken to the hospital. We are still working to learn their conditions this morning. Police say there is no ongoing threat to the public.
Authorities arrest 9 people they say are members of the Pagans Outlaw Motorcycle Gang in connection with a shooting at a West Norriton Wawa. That shooting 2 weeks ago left 6 people injured. Investigators say surveillance video shows Pagans gang members arriving together and targeting members of a rival biker gang. Norristown police later spotted 4 motorcycles and 5 gang members, they say, leading to their arrest. Some of the suspects sustained injuries during the incident and were hospitalized. Montgomery County authorities say this was a gang-related incident and the investigation remains active.
We've got new information today in a shooting that left 6 people hurt at a Montgomery County Wawa. The DA's office said that 9 members of the Pagans Outlaw Motorcycle Gang have now been arrested.
Let me let it catch up. I think we're lagging a little bit.
17th at the Wawa on West Main Street in West Norriton. Investigators say a group of pagan gang members showed up at the Wawa where two members of a rival gang were getting gas. A confrontation ensued, leading to gunfire. Authorities say two innocent bystanders were among the victims in that gang-related shooting. The arrests were made yesterday, with each defendant now facing a long list of felony charges.
All right, so we're going to talk about their charges, right? So they are facing a ton of charges. So they're facing 12 counts, years in prison. They're facing 12 counts. Do you understand how long that is? 12 counts. 8 to 20 years in prison. All right, they're facing 2 counts of riot. How long does that carry? 5 to 10 years in prison. And they're facing 2 counts. 5 to 10 years in prison. 14 counts of simple assault. It carries 1 to 20 years, depending on the circumstances. This case is an elevated case because people were injured with a firearm. 1 to 20 years in prison, and they're facing 14 counts of that charge. 46 counts of recklessly endangering another person. 1 year in prison for that. 46 counts. So right there is 46 years they're facing for that. So, I mean, 20 years. I say the average is probably life in prison. 12 counts of felony aggravated assault. They're facing 8 to 20 years. There's 12 counts. So if you do the math on all this, even at the low end, right? It's over 50 years. On the low end, if you do it on the high end, it's probably like 500 years. Just because the massive amount of charges. And they end up dropping down the charges. But they could walk away with a good 20 piece, each of them. Pagans have 9 slots open. Who would want to take their place? Hopefully these clubs can all get together and squash the beef, because it's not worth it, man. It really isn't. People are going to lose their freedom. They're going to lose their life and things. I mean, it's just not worth it. People end up dying, Is this what they want? Like, all right, so this is the article with a little more information in it that people aren't aware of. 9 pagan gang members arrested for the October 17th Wawa shooting in West Norriton. Montgomery District Attorney and West Norriton Township Police Chief announced the arrest of 9 of the Pagan Outlaw Motorcycle Gang related to a October 17, 2025 shooting at the Wawa on Main Street in West Norriton. Arrests were George Seawick, 51, Joel Martinez, 36, George Hipro Jr., 50, Jason Lawless, 45, all of Bridgeport, PA, Manuel Santos, 34, Eric Dixon, 33, Luke Higgins, 29. He's the youngest guy there. He's 29, the youngest person. The oldest person is 50 or 51 is George Seawick. The youngest person is Luke Higgins. Justin Knoll, 34, and Eric Rosenberger, 46, of East Greenville. So on Friday, October 17, 2025, at approximately 9:12 p.m., West Norriton Township Police were dispatched to the Wawa on 2544 West Main Street for reported shooting. The 911 caller said the store manager had locked the store down due to the shooting and had customers in hiding in the back area. Detectives from the West Norriton Township Police Department and Montgomery County Detectives Bureau responded to the Wawa and initiated a joint investigation into apparent gang-related shooting in which 6 people were being shot, including 2 innocent bystanders. The bystanders shot were an adult male who was shot in the face while putting air in his vehicle's tires, and an adult female who was shot in the right side of her torso as she was standing by the doors of the Wawa. He should have opened the damn doors and let her in, right? One member of the unknown bikers was shot in the left forearm and the thigh. Using surveillance videos, multiple eyewitness reports, and investigative means, the investigation found that 2 members of the unknown bikers outlaw motorcycle gang wearing cuts or gang colors arrived at the Wawa at approximately 9:08 p.m. They were adjacent gas pumps filling their motorcycles at approximately 9:10 p.m. 9 members of the Pagans Outlaw Motorcycle Gang were seen on video surveillance traveling in unison west of Ridge Pike. So they were all in formation when they all drove past the first entrance of the Wawa parking lot, entered through the second entrance. Some of the pagans surrounded the opposing gang members, while other pagans positioned themselves to block any escape routes by the unknown bikers. Almost immediately, a physical altercation ensued, and it appeared that the pagans were trying to remove the rival members' cuts. The video shows pagan gang members tactically moving through the area, taking a shooting platform stance. 1 minute after the pagans arrived, gunfire erupted. Then the pagans left the scene, traveling on Main Street towards Norriton or Norristown. Detectives recovered 14 fired cartridge casings at the scene. Information about the shooting was broadcast to area police. Norriton police spotted 4 motorcyclists and 5 pagan gang members traveling eastbound on Main Street. After pulling them over, Norristown police found 3 gang members had been shot. Rosenberger, Higgins, Seawick was shot in the ankle. Hernandez Martinez was shot in the chest. And Noel was shot in the foot. So they were all driving away on their bikes. They were all riding away on their bikes shot. I mean, where were they going to go? The injured defendants were transported to the area hospital for treatment. Here's a picture of one of them. And you can see on these, we'll take a look at it. You can see on this video that they are putting them into an ambulance. You can see they're wearing cuts. Remember, at first people were like, damn, who was involved? Who was this? And people didn't know the names. But I had the names immediately. And you could see their cuts clearly, right? People didn't know the other name of the other club. So Loud, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. So Loud. Appreciate you. It's sad because I think Pee Wee and his group getting together with different clubs, having good times. These guys have so much in common. They do. They really do, man. Like, these guys would all get along if they took the cuts off. That's the thing. They're all the same types of people. So all this fucking violence it's nonsense. It needs to stop. Like, this type of shit will get you nowhere. It will definitely not. No one's going to win. So involved in the investigation were Montgomery County Detective, Bureau of Violent Crime Unit, Montgomery District Attorney, Gun Violence Reduction Task Force, West Norriton Police, Upper Marion Police, Norristown Police, Bridgeport Borough Police, State Police, and a whole bunch of other ones. The defendants were arrested on October 30th, 2025. They were each charged with 12 felony counts of aggravated assault, 2 felony counts of riot, 14 counts of simple assault, 46 counts of recklessly endangering another person. They were arraigned by the judge, Andrea Duffy, who set bail at $500,000 cash. No bail was set at an unsecured $50,000 for ongoing medical treatment. A bail review hearing was set for October 30th, so the same day, before another court judge, Stephen O'Neill. He declined to change the bail amount and kept them at $500,000. 8 of the defendants were unable to make bail and were remanded into custody at the Montgomery County Correctional Facility. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for 10 a.m. on November 10th, 2025, before Judge Mark Alfrio. The case will be prosecuted by the Assistant District Attorney Libby Helmer and Bradley Deckel. Criminal charges and any discussion, therefore, are merely allegations. All defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. We'll see where all this goes. Oh, yeah, charges will be thinned out. But the thing is, the key word is civilians. Those are heavy charges, will stick. I'm surprised they're not being charged with possession of a firearm or anything like that, you know? No, I mean, their charges could be upgraded, right? UK started a club called United Bikers to try to stop the violence. It didn't work. It's crazy, man. Like, Red Rum Motorcycle Club, I think, is a great thing because they're not trying to be 1% bikers. And I respect Cliff for the way he explained taking off the diamond off their cuts and putting the arrowhead. He said, because we're not trying to be 1%ers. We don't act that way. We don't, it's not about, oh, you're in our area or anything. They're just trying to exist. And they're trying to do great things for the community. And I got a lot of respect for that guy. And he carries himself very well. So that interview is going to be dropping soon. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you guys a little treat, and I'm going to play some of that interview for you guys. So let's take a look at some of this interview with Cliff from the Red Rum Motorcycle Club. This one will be dropping in about a week. So let's take a look.
Matthias, I'm the international president of Red Rum Motorcycle Club, and I'm here chatting with Staxx. And often it means a lot of the leadership is traveling. I mean, a lot of our budget ends up traveling and just trying to grow the club and meet guys and just do it the right way. Make sure we have good brothers. Sometimes it happens. We go fly somewhere. There's supposed to be 10 guys, and we come back and we have one guy there, who's good. And we tell him, hey, you know what, you got to rethink this and go find because the other dudes just didn't fit. So That's all part of the traveling. It's all part of trying to build a solid foundation.
Yeah, with all the people that you've dealt with and all the people that have come to your club, people slip through the cracks here and there, right?
Oh man, people really do. There was and that was probably the one of the great things about us, switching from the diamond to the arrowhead, right? It allowed us to get rid of quite a few guys that really were in this for the wrong reasons, Not that their reasons were bad, they just for somewhere along the line they just got an idea that they were joining a diamond, sort of 1% club, so that definitely, I always say that people will end up where they're supposed to be, and if they end up here, the club has a unique way of getting rid of people who shouldn't be here. I always feel like the club has such a special blessing, those who are supposed to be here end up here. Guys who are supposed to be in other places, they end up in other places, and God bless them. Not every club is for everyone.
Like we were talking the other day, and we were talking about Baca and the members that have been caught doing some weirdo stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if someone's joining your club and then you find out weirdo things about them? Stay tuned for that interview. It will be dropping next week. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. If you join the membership, you can watch that interview right now. So if you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin with Staxx. I appreciate every single dollar, or you can donate through Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. And if you want to tell your story on Chattin with Staxx, just hit up my email at billstaxx2021@gmail.com. And let's take a word from our sponsors before we go. Go check out career.ai. Bill Staxx here from Chattin with Staxx. If you're hunting for a new job, stop scrolling. I got something that'll change your search. I partner with the #1 career search company in the world, Career Empower. They build the first ever step-by-step Career Empower toolkit to help you get interviews and jobs faster, smarter, and with way more confidence. This toolkit gives you everything you need: professional resume writing, the best sites and places to search, interview prep that actually works, one-on-one live coaching with expert recruiters to build your personalized plan. They've already helped over 100,000 people land jobs, and they're ready to help you next. Head on over to www.careerempower.ai. Use promo code DIY promo 3 to get 50% off. The toolkit drops from $199 to $149, and they'll even hop on a call and start building your job search strategy today. Don't do it alone. Get the toolkit, get the coaching, get hired. Links in the description below. Grab it now. Happy birthday, Paula. Hope you guys all have a great weekend. Stay safe. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.